Yeah, get it on the video.
Yeah.
We will call the meeting of the Sister Cities Commission to order. It's Monday, December 1st at 5:15 PM. Madam Secretary, have you done a roll call?
I have.
Yeah, great. The second item on the agenda is our election of officers for next year, beginning January of 2015. And just to start the discussion, if the commission wishes, I would be pleased to serve one more year as chair, but if you want somebody else, that's great too. I will continue to work. And Carol has also agreed to serve as our excellent secretary if, again, the commission's wishes are. Barbara is our vice chair and is going off since her 6-year maximum is up. So we do need suggestions for a vice chair. And then, Jack, I can't remember, do we vote on this as a one whole ballot, or do we?
Supposed to be individual.
Individual, starting with the,
Individual.
starting,
Nominations and then
what do you start with?
chairman.
Okay. Well, then I would open up nominations for chairman.
I nominate Bruce Fensky.
Second.
I'd make it at least a 2-year term, though.
There's a-
So I fool around.
Are there
with it.
other nominations?
Move the nominations to be closed.
I'll second it.
Motion made to close the nominations. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Does that mean we still vote again now?
Vice chair's next.
Okay, so by closing the nominations, that,
Yeah.
okay.
Now you're vice
Nominations are
chair.
open for vice chair.
I would like to nominate Carolyn Marty Smith,
I second that.
if she would so take
I
the
would do it,
nomination.
But I'm gone for 4 months. I don't think that's fair. I would do it, absolutely, but I just don't think it's fair if I do that, in case.
I only missed one meeting this year, so I think it would work.
Okay, if it would work, I have no problem doing it at all. I have no problem doing it at all, but I don't want to be unfair.
Mr. Chairman, I move that nominations be closed.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to close nominations. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. For secretary,
You're welcome.
I nominate Carol.
Second.
we have a nomination for Carol for secretary.
Move nominations be closed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to close the nominations. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. We have our slate of officers for 2015. The mayor will be appointing 3 members to the commission who are, replace 3 members who are retiring after tonight's meeting. And we will know their names when he appoints them, I guess, I was told.
Question, is there a time limit that former members have to wait before they can be reappointed?
Yes, there is.
Mr. Mayor, do you know the answer?
1 year wait, and then they can have 1 term.
And then they're done
Then they're done for life.
for life. What?
And that's a 3-year term again.
Check.
Okay. We'll move on to the approval of the agenda that was emailed to you this morning, and Lisa, I think, had in the email that she really apologized when I came this morning and said I didn't get mine. She says, my gosh, I didn't work Friday, I forgot to do it earlier in the week, and I didn't go up and talk with her like I normally do, so she's really felt bad about that. But anyway, they were emailed this morning. And
You should have revealed that information before we voted, but I guess we're okay with that.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the agenda. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. The minutes were also emailed to you from last meeting, and the motion would be in order to approve those.
So move.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes from our November 3rd meeting.
9 minutes last
Any discussion?
the meeting. I was not here.
Not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And also in that email was the financial statement for the month ending on November 30th. It's interesting to note again that the Legion fundraiser is at $1,159, and the brat stand is $904. I'm guessing that we're probably the leaders at the Legion servers, and we know we're number 1 at Cash Wise, so I think that's a credit to the commission and the friends that come and help us out. So a motion to approve would be in order.
So move.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The unfinished business is the recognition. Under A, letter I, we have selected the recipient. I probably didn't, when we talked this morning, I didn't make that clear to her. And we also have set the name and time at our last meeting, I believe, right, for January 12th. We don't need to act on that. That's really just information. The last thing on there is the plaque, and that, Harold, is ordered at Printware Graphics, and they can charge straight to the city. You don't need a purchase order or anything like that.
Anything specific to go on there? Do we have a model?
I would have to yield to Jack or a,
I've not seen one. The mayor knows.
A special, I thought you were
No.
talking about the plaque that stays here.
no, this goes to the recipient of the person that we're awarding.
Lisa should know.
I've
I
got
would
one in my
assume-
office, I
I'll
just
check
can't
with her.
remember.
I'll check with her.
And Printware may know too, and you could look at it, it might become obvious. When I did the
Same as last year with a different name.
different name, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Just change the name.
And year.
So I suppose we ought to have a motion on approving the purchase of the plaque.
So move.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to order the plaque to be presented at our reception on January 12th. Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I just told him that about 5:15, and then we probably want the food about 6 o'clock, is what I told him that.
That's what we do.
That'll be great at the Kegel. And Lisa, does she send invitations out? I think she
Yeah.
told me she
She
did.
does.
The rest of us do potluck.
Oh, yeah, because I saw the council was carbon copied on there, invited. For 8A, new business, I will call on our
Chair.
honorable mayor, excuse me.
On their old business in the minutes, we have something about the kiosk. Is there anything to report back on that yet? It's
Paul
under old
Meidel
business.
has got the price. He has forgotten it at home every Sunday in church. He's leaving for
Okay.
Florida right at Christmas time, and he promised me he would have that so that we could chew it over in the months of the winter.
Okay.
But thank you for bringing that up. We'll yield now to Mayor Boisman.
Well, sometimes the mayor has very joyous activities that he gets to do, and sometimes he has to do sad ones, and tonight's one of those nights. We have 3 of you fantastic people that are leaving, and I'm going to just read one of them, and of course the names are John Kuntz, Brian Filson, and Barbara Sterling. Sister Cities Commission presents this recognition award to each one of you, 3 of you, for the service to the community by serving on the commission as a member from January 2009 to December 2014. And that's all the same. You came in on the same day of January in 2009 and are all leaving today, the first day of December. So they're signed, not sealed, and almost delivered. John. And you just heard, a year from now, Brian.
You'll be back on again.
6 months old. And Barbara.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Something to put on your I love me wall.
8A is to approve the distribution of a press release to recruit the 2015 Hancios candidate. And Lisa has a mailing list and also a press release of where it's submitted. She just thought we should have a motion for her to go ahead and initiate that.
I have a suggestion that it be made very clear to them that the German speaking knowledge of the German language is important.
That's a very good idea because some of them were
Yeah, I
almost
think they were
embarrassed
kind
last
of,
year. And
they were embarrassed, yeah,
yeah, because they didn't realize that it was a critical
right.
part of it. So I will follow that through with Lisa. So is there a motion to approve her action to
So move.
do that? Second?
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the distribution of the recruitment for the next year's candidate. Is there any discussion? Not? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I have two announcements. The first one, Carolyn is going to recruit us.
Well, we're selling next week at, the last time for Legion, for this year, we're selling Rouladin, right?
Rouladin.
And do we want to, I mean, I suppose we could cancel out, I don't know. Do
Well,
we
yeah,
want to
we'll-
still work it?
The Legion will be doing the Rouladin period because it's already in the newsletter, it's already published. If the Sister Cities wants to provide the slave labor and make a few ducks, they're more than welcome to.
Bruce and I, Carol will work, right? We dismissed Janet, and does anybody else want to volunteer to work with us?
Need one more person.
Yeah, would help. I'm
I
looking at
will.
you. Thanks, Barb. All right, I'll remind you, I'll send you an email.
Thank you.
Thanks. That's our last time, and then I'm going to go to a meeting, and we're going to decide if we want to continue doing it, because, I'm going to be gone, and that's,
Well, a little bit more on that. Next, we'll be having a scheduling meeting here this month for the Wednesday night German meals in January through April. And Carolyn's idea about Wurstorama was such a wonderful success that if Sister Cities decides to help again, in those 4 months, Sister Cities will be the host of Wurstorama. Well, there'll always be 4 or 5 different kinds of different sausages. Every month be a little different.
When Eva came to it.
yep, we had the
So-
girls, so that helped.
That was really
Yeah.
cool.
So, yes, we'll decide if anybody else wants to work besides the three of us, or take my place when I'm gone.
Yeah, Wurstorama is pretty easy. We only need probably
Yes.
2, maybe 3, but probably 2 people.
And my last is communication from Lauren, and just to background it, Grandma Karen was here on Saturday and spent most of the day with her. We went out to the Chris Kindle Mart and downtown, and her friend Mary Bartz came over from Sleepy. They both worked at General Mills for decades, and we just had a great time. The town was just hopping Saturday afternoon everywhere we went. So here's what Lauren says. Hi, Bruce. Nice to hear from you. I'm glad you got to see my grandma and Bart's. As for me, I'm still teaching at the International Boarding School. I met the mayor again for lunch and introduced myself to his Rotary Club and also told him a little bit about New Ulm. Next Friday is my going away dinner. I will be back in Minnesota from December 16th to January 7th. I would love to come to the Sister Cities meeting on January 5th if possible. Thanks for checking in with me. I did email her back, of course, and said that we had to move that meeting by a week. But I also told her Grandma Karen had said they want to come down sometime in that window and spend a good part of a day here and connect with people. And then, as I told you last month, she goes back on the 7th and begins work teaching English at a commercial college. That the way I understand it, it's for business people who are going to be traveling, that they learn basics of how the airport works and the hotels and things like that. It's a commercial, if you will, or for-profit school, and she intends to stay there for a long time. She just really right in Michelle's shoes, who's actually teaching in a school. So anyway, that's thought that was pretty cool.
It is very.
And Grandma is up to 10,000 gladiola bulbs now that they have to dig out every fall and plant every spring. So if you want to go up and have a fundraising help up there, we could do that. That does complete the agenda, unless there's another announcement of any kind.
Just one thing, and it's not officially Sister Cities business, but there are several Sister Cities Commission people involved in the St. Nick celebration that's coming up this coming Friday. And Carolyn can give you a 30-second pitch on that. She was very good on the radio today.
Oh, thanks, Tom. But anyway, we're inviting families to do a scavenger hunt called Find St. Nicholas Downtown. And what we've done is we've given the stores a picture of St. Nicholas. It says, this is an official scavenger hunt store. And then they're supposed to hide another picture inside, so that sort of gets people into their establishment, and they're going to start at Chris Wiley's library, or I guess it's the public library. She's the one I work with. So they're going to start there, and they're going to learn about Nicklaus, and they're going to make some little ornaments and things, and they're going to get a little card that they have to sign. And then they're going to go downtown, and when they see a sign, they go in the store, they find the sign, somebody initials their card, and after they get 6 or 8 store signatures, they can go to the Legion, and we have lots of stuff for them. We have bags that we're going to fill with nuts and fruits and a candy cane, and we'll have a St. Nicholas there dressed up, and a Krampus maybe, and there'll be lots of stuff to buy at the Legion. Tom, you tell them about the Legion food.
Well, the ladies are baking 2 different types of coffee cake, Schmierkuchen, apple crisp, Christmas cookies. We have other vendors coming in with all sorts of other Christmassy type stuff. So it'll be like a St. Nick food, Christmas food market. There'll also be warm drinks because it'll be in the 30, but still there'll be hot drinks there. And if you're an adult, you can add what's known down there as Happy Juice to your hot drink if you wish. And so there'll be stuff for kids and adults on Friday. So if you have nothing to do, stop by and have some Happy Juice.
If you have grandchildren in town.
Yes, bring your grandchildren and great-grandchildren with.
That's
Great,
it.
thank you. Any other business? If not, just make note on your calendars that we're 1 week later in January and a location change to the Kegel Club. 5:15 at the Kegel Club, we'll hold our meeting, and then we'll have our celebration after that. So, if there's no other business, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
I move that we adjourn.
I will second that, John.
Sure.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.